Hey everybody, what I'm going to go over, I like to consider it crossover symmetry. The crossover symmetry is actually using the band or the brand name crossover symmetry. We don't have to use these bands. I think they're very useful, and I think they're good to be able to have just for building some stronger shoulders, but we can use regular exercise bands for this as all. But what we're trying to do is try to build some scapular stability in a dynamic motion. And so what we're going to do is we're going to hook these up kind of right about chest level, right about the bottom of your chest, either up against the wall on some hooks. I've got these hooked up and banded up to the rig right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to step back. I've only got about 7 pounds of resistance on these right now. Okay, so we are going to cross these up. Okay, and I'm holding on just so I don't take up as much room for the camera shot here. But what we're going to do is the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our thumbs basically and we're going to think about rolling them into my armpits, and I'm really going to reach my elbows back. And so as I do this, I'm squeezing my shoulder blades kind of down and back together. So this is kind of the first movement that we can do, is just a little bit of a roll. Okay, so we're going to externally rotate next. So we're going to roll, and then what we're going to think about is externally rotate, or think about rolling your elbows underneath your wrist. Okay, so we get this little roll. I technically am externally rotating at my shoulder, or my humerus, but I'm trying to roll and get my elbows underneath my hands, and I'm really not moving my hands all that much. I'm not moving them out or in. So once I get to this position, my thumbs should almost be able to touch my shoulders, okay? So we're going to be able to row, kick those elbows back, thumbs into my armpit. I'm going to roll my elbows underneath my wrists, and then from there, I'm going to work on trying to keep my core engaged by keeping my rib cage down, and I'm going to press straight up overhead, keeping my shoulder blades pulled back, not letting those hands come forward, but keeping it pulled back. Come back down in that position where my elbows are underneath my wrist. Elbows go back, thumbs into my armpits, and then back. So as we rep these out, it's just going to be row, roll, press, reverse everything. Row, roll, press, and reverse everything, to really work on some stability through our upper back and then through our scapular stabilizers to really help those shoulders when we get into an overhead movement.